People who accidentally sent nudes to the wrong people. How was the aftermath? One chick from my HS, very good looking, accidentally sent her nudes to everyone in her address book. Not sure how that even happens. Like a year after she graduated, she deleted her FB and all social media, and nobody that I know has heard from her since or knows what she's doing. Was sent a lingerie pic in some store's dressing room that was meant for her BFF. I replied with, "Nah, this color doesn't suit you. Try purple." She didn't reply until later that night with another pic in purple lingerie and a mark. I called her then and chuckled as soon as I heard first words. "I swear if you mention any of this to anyone, I'm going to choke you to death with that bra that you liked." We are still friends till this day, happily married to different people, but no more pics since that night. Not nudes but accidentally sent. I can't decide if jerking off at my great grandma's house is worth it or not. To my family group chat instead of my friends group chat. It was an awkward vacation. Huge confession time, but once I actually Snapchat and approximated 50 plus pics to the wrong girl in my contacts. Apparently drunk me couldn't find the most complimentary angle. She just asked me in the morning if I did anything crazy last night that I remember. After she showed me proof of my king stupidity, she said that she would delete the photos if I said it was okay, that she could tell the story for the rest of time barring select mutual friends. Seemed like a fair and generous trade. My wife and my mom's names start with the same letter and are next to each other on my contact list. I accidentally told my mom that I wanted to eat her after she got off work. My dad called me laughing his off thinking it was hilarious. My mom did not find it funny at all. There was a pretty viral story here in South Africa last year of mom accidentally sending a picture of her spreading her eagle with the caption, "Chris, are you on your way yet?" on a primary school hockey mom's WhatsApp group. Was quite the meme for a few months. Accidentally sent a dick pic to my Snap story when stories were just starting. GF. Intended recipient told me I could see who else saw it. My sister and 2 guy friends from high school. Immediately apologized to all 3. Sister was mortified. 1 friend laughed it off. The 3rd friend told me he was bisexual. 10/10ths experience overall. Sent an explicit video to a coworker via Snapchat. Immediately texted him a million times not to open the snap. He didn't, and let me open it later at work to clear it out. Good guy. Not nudes, but my buddy left his Discord going while him and his wife banged one out in the room on a server all of our friends have access to. Luckily I was the only one on, and I'm the server admin, so I server muted him before anybody else heard. But yeah, that happened. I thought about pretending it didn't happen, but I decided to tell him so that he could avoid it happening again. Now he's on push to talk. When I was working in sales, I told a friend of mine after he had his best day that the tradition was to send a dick pic to our boss. After less convincing than I would ever think, he did. Boss was at his baby shower. One of the high points of my life. Dated a girl called Myrna for a while. She was really into sexting and quite kinky, and I sent her pure, utter, unadulterated filth in the form of 2 or 3 paragraphs. Ended up sending it to my mum. She laughed it off, but I've never lived that one down. Thought I sent a dick pic to GF. Sent it to some random number instead. 1 hour later, that person replies asking who it is. I explained that I meant to send it to somebody else, and I fat fingered the wrong number. They said can I keep it, and I said it was fine with me. Never heard back from them after that. I hope they still have it, whoever and wherever they are. Coworker sent a shot to his girlfriend while he was working away from home. His girlfriend and every other contact in his BlackBerry, owners of the company, mother and daughter, etc. played it off as an honest mistake and carried on. It wasn't a picture, but I accidentally sent a friend's wife a message on Facebook that read, "I can't wait to see you in that naughty Santa outfit," instead of sending it to my college roommate and best friend. I didn't even realize the mistake until she replied what? Fortunately, she knew the kind of jokes my friend group would make with each other, so when I told her it was meant for Daniel instead of Danielle, she laughed hysterically. I once sent a full body nude with a very graphic message to my boss through Snapchat. I immediately spammed his phone telling him not to open his snaps from me, and he said he wouldn't. We didn't work together for another week, and when I showed up a week after, he handed me his phone with Snapchat open and let me open the snap myself in private. He was a really good guy. I had my GF's name in my phone, and her dad's name as GF's name plus dad. I sent a pic to the dad's number. Luckily he was cool about it and just replied, "I really hope this wasn't for me." I used to post on a self-NSFW sub on another account until someone commented my name. People that knew me weren't really my target audience, but I can only really blame myself. Not a pic, but accidentally sent a pretty racy sext to my roommate instead of a girl. Immediately sent it wasn't for him. Got the response nice. Glad I had a chill roommate. The person laughed and said I thought you were lying about how small it really is. I have never sent one, but I have received a nude picture that I don't believe it was meant for me. One day a 70-years-old lady that usually helps out at a local church sent me a nude picture of her. The picture was a close-up of her vagina. Well, I'm not religious at all, but I knew her from a few concerts I helped to organize in the church she serves as a helper. From that moment on I tried, by all means, to act like nothing ever happened. My wife still speaks about it and laughs saying it was intentional. I honestly don't believe it was. My girlfriend at the time posting a pic on her story instead of sending it to me. When I called her moments later prior to seeing the post, she stated why I opened her snap and did not reply to it. She thought I didn't enjoy the picture, so I let her know that I haven't received anything, and when I look at her story she posted it there LMAO. She quickly deleted it. Thank God no one watched it yet, and was she embarrassed lol. Dude, I accidentally sent a full-blown sex video to my friend. Wanted to send it to my GF because she asked. He deleted it without watching, though, and everything was fine. Not me but a person I went to college with. Basically my course was very female orientated and there was only one guy on the course, who was super sweet and friendly with everyone. We had a group chat on Snapchat, which we all used multiple times a day to meet up with people / swap notes. You can see where this is going. One day he sent a pic to the group chat which was apparently intended for his girlfriend. He noped out of there real quick after deleting it, but about half of us saw mayo. No one was angry at him, but I remember there being a lot of bless hims and low-key second-hand embarrassment afterwards. My friend was tutoring some girl at school and decided to find / creep her social media. Come to find out she has tons of followers and is in great shape and posts tons of sexy photos. In disbelief I ask for a pic, so he saves a pic of her in a bikini and sends it to me, but accidentally sent it to her. No words, just a pic of her in a bikini from months ago lol. She replied going, "Okay, where did you get this?" He tried to save himself by saying, "Oh, I stumbled on this. What's your fitness secret etc etc." She wasn't buying it lol. Pretty hilarious on my end though. My gay friend once sent me a pic instead of his boyfriend by mistake and profusely apologized. I'm a woman. It was a king work of classical art with lighting, background and filter all on point. I told him don't worry, it was the best executed pic I've ever received, and we joke occasionally about how straight guys don't know how to take nudes. I accidentally sent one to my group chat of my best friends. Still haven't heard the end of it. They all sent one back of the same pose I was in. Kill me. Was on the receiving end. Friend of mine had a habit of sending jokes and family updates to a group of people, which while annoying as hell, I still enjoyed the updates. One day he sent some meme out to us. That would be me, my wife, his wife, and most of his family and social group. A couple minutes later his wife replied with a close-up full frontal and a reclined completely nude photo. To everyone, friends, family, all of us got to see his wife's naughty bits. Apparently she was trying to send to just him and another message, but obviously up. There was a lot of surprised replies to that mistake. The group updates stopped after that. Was the receiver of a topless / lingerie photo of a girl from work I had a crush on. She immediately called in a fit of hysterics and laughter, begging me to delete the picture. It was meant for her BFF, showing her what she was going to wear for the anniversary night she had coming up with her BF. I assured her it was no big deal. I did delete it immediately and never brought it up again with her or anyone else. Her and the guy are now married and continue to make each other happy, but that image is seared in my mind, and it's glorious. A friend of mine sent an accidental pic to me which I accidentally opened when I was on the train. Confronted him about it, and he said it was a mistake because his wife and I share the same first name. We laughed about it. A week later he sent me another pic followed with a message saying that it's not a mistake, it's meant for me, and proceed to tell me that he's loved me for years. Nice and everything, but I had to tell his wife. They are divorced now. I didn't send it, but had my aunt send graphic images and video to me through text. Immediately deleted and texted back that the images didn't go through, and I assumed it was a picture of her living room setup since I had just given her my old entertainment center. I told her I'd stop by and see it soon since the picture didn't go through. My friend accidentally sent a picture of his penis to my other friend, intended for girlfriend. It was awkward for about a day and then it became a running joke in our group. My girlfriend's brother accidentally sent his mother a topless pic of his girlfriend. His mother was like, "Let's pretend this never happened." Years ago I had a phone that I often would accidentally choose someone's name while scrolling through to get to the name I wanted. Never really an issue until one day my GF asked for a pic, pressed send and saw sending to GF, grandma. I tried everything to stop it from going out. It sent. I spent 10 minutes thinking of time machines, faking my death, actually dying. Then my phone rang. It was my grandma. I ignored it because if I'm facing that head on, listen to her voicemail. "Hey, I'm not sure what you were sending me, but I don't have picture messaging on my phone. You'll have to email it." Jesus. Emailed her a picture of my dog and moved on with my life. I was sexting my boyfriend on Snapchat and getting pretty into it when I got a message from my best friend. Seeing her name on the top of my screen, I guess I got distracted and sent the message meant for my BF to her. I realized my up when I opened her message and realized she had gotten a picture from me. Her message was her saying she was considering suicide and needed someone to talk her out of it. It's especially awkward because we've been in and out of having crushes on each other for years and just never happened to be into each other at the same time. So I responded to a cry for help from my best friend who had a crush on me with a nude with a seductive caption. As quickly as I could, I sent her a bunch of messages apologizing and trying to explain what just happened. She took it pretty well. I guess she thought it was pretty funny, and it did a lot to lighten her mood. I went over to hers, and we just talked for a bit, occasionally making jokes about it. We are still close friends, and are both in long-term committed relationships, not with each other. I once sent a link to a hardcore BDSM video to the wrong person. I wrote a very apologetic email, and she said she liked it, and we should meet up. When I was 18, my parents were divorced and hated each other, so when one parent would get at the other they would turn our phones off as punishment. So when my mom shut off my phone line, my dad turned mine on with his. Little did I know that my old phone number was connected to my mom's Apple ID, so any iMessages I sent were also being sent to her iPad. Now let's just say I was a sexually adventurous 18-year-old and was having fun sexting in great detail. This also included photos of myself. The next morning I wake up with messages from my mom saying, "My daughter is a whore, you're scum, how could you?" and screenshots of all the things I sent the night before. I was mortified, but what made it worse is that she emailed the sexts to my father and her two friends. My dad said he read the subject line and deleted the email right away without even reading it. He said it was no business of his what his 18-year-old daughter did, as long as I was safe. My mom's friends went off on my mother for such a blatant form of abuse. As a side note, my mom's friend said she even picked up some tip from me after reading the messages. So at least there was some positive side to things. Also, I was a virgin at the time. TLDR, accidentally sent my mom my nudes, and she sent them to my father and her friends.